Shabbat Shalom. I'm very impressed of we are way beyond dominion. So thank you for those of you who hung on and decided to come to services on this New Year's Shabbat. So as we gather in the gentle embrace of Shabbat, we find sanctuary from the week's rush, a haven where our souls can breathe and be. We discover the joy of rest, a divine gift that we renew each week with our own spirit. Shabbat is a time to pause, reflect on what truly matters, to nurture the seeds of peace and mindfulness in our hearts. Together in this sacred space, we are not just individuals, but a community united by the blessings of renewal and rejuvenation. Let us cherish the joy of togetherness, the comfort of shared silence, and the warmth of friendship. And let us welcome one another. First, let's turn around and wish those who are watching online a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And then please exhibit radical welcoming by rising to greet all of those around you. Have a little moment. Wonderful. And now, let's light our Sabbath candles and say Kiddush to sanctify this Sabbath. Wish I had matches. It keeps going out. Okay. Anybody have matches? Is that what's going on? Let's see. I'm blackening the wick, but that's about it. Yes? No? Unbelievable. Here we go. No. Oh, so close. Do you see it? It's.
I see that. It looks like it needs to be charged.
Is that what it? Oh God. Dennis. Natalie. Someone. Excuse the, thank you very much. You are kind. Chata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher
קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Now let us sanctify the Sabbath with Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav beratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Thank you. Okay. Well, now it's time for what has become my favorite part of Shabbat services at Temple Beth El, and that is a chance for the community to share the blessings and simchas that have occurred in our lives over the course of the last week. Blessings are a big theme at this time of year. So if there is a blessing you have experienced in your life this past week, an accomplishment you wish to share, something that brought you joy this week, please share them with us. Anybody? Yes. Ooh. Mazel tov on a working utile kitchen and getting your furniture back. That's wonderful. Yes.
Well, today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
My younger son is joining us.
That's a big one. Mazel tov. Any others tonight? Oh, there have to be. Hey, we had an easy week, right? It's December. It's the end of the year. Yes. That's huge. You started a new job. Yeah. Dad is thrilled about that. I think I saw another hand. Yes. Thank you. Any others? All right, for all these blessings, for all of the sweetness and joy and blessings that have even those who have gone unsaid, we offer the words of Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai the sweetness and joy of our collective blessings and simchas in the air, we turn now to welcoming sweetness and joy of Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi ligat kala yalala 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 Nei Shabbat mekabela Lecha Dodi ligat kala yalala 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 Nei Shabbat mekabela Shamor mesafor medibur echad Ish miyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad L'shemo tiferet elitila
Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. One moment. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, vedibarta baham, veshivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshochbecha, uvkumecha, ukshartam leot ayadecha, vehayu letotafot beinenecha. Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvish'arecha lema'an tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Standing on the parted shores, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Of Israel shall keep Shabbat. Observing Shabbat throughout the ages is a covenant of all time. We join together in the words of Vishameru. Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. Oh might I go to find you, exalted, hidden one? Yet where would I not go to find you, ever present, eternal one? My heart cries out to you. Please draw near to me. The moment I reach out for you, I find you reaching in for me. We take a moment of silent prayer and reflection. We'll go a little out of order. We did the silence first, and now we'll do the Amidah. Please rise. Adonai, Eloheinu, Ve'Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chaste Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, Ata Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umkayem emunhato, lishenei afar. Micha mocha baal gevurot, umido melach, Melech be'mit u'machayeh u'matzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata le'achayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechayeh hakol Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelu chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Now, as the sages have said, that although we have a set liturgy, especially during the Amidah prayer. The sages say that our prayer is not complete unless we have a moment of time for ourselves. So let's take another moment to pray silently the prayers of your hearts. And when you're through, please feel free to be seated. As we have has become our custom on Shabbat, at this time we recognize that our homeland, Israel, is still suffering and struggling and fighting. And so let us together read our prayer for peace. Here we go. We gather together in faith and with hope to pray for peace and the safety of the people of Israel. Help us, O Holy One, and protect us in our hour of need. Touch our hearts, lest they be hardened with despair. Guide our thoughts, lest they are overcome with fear. Bring healing to the wounded, strength to those in mourning, courage to those in fear, wisdom to those who lead. Yedid Nefesh, beloved one, reveal yourself and fill the world with your light. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Be quick, God of love, for the time has come. Have mercy upon us, eternal one of peace. And now, each week, we take the time to offer prayers of healing to those whose lives are in need of strength, or of restoration, and of wholeness. We will project the names of many of those in our Temple Bethel community who are in need of healing. And if there is anyone in your life who you are thinking about this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name out loud as my eyes meet yours. Thank you. Please join in our Misha Berach prayer. Is New Year Shabbat. One of the things we all think of at this time of year is New Year's resolutions. We make up a list of things we need to change to make better decisions in our lives. It is always easier said than done, but in truth, transitions happen daily. Can we make change? On December 4th, 1960, President Eisenhower and the American people received the gift of a rare white tiger named Mohini. For years, Mohini lived in the Washington Zoo and spent her days pacing back and forth in a 12 by 12-foot cage. Finally, the zoo decided to build her a larger outdoor park enclosure so Mohini could run and jump, climb and explore. But when she arrived at her new home, she didn't rush out, eagerly adapting to her new habitat. Rather, she marked off a 12 by 12-foot square for herself and paced there until her death, never enjoying the new opportunities in front of her. In the words of Rabbi Sarah Hurwitz, as we age, our brains are hardwired to reject change. We are conditioned to resist new challenges and remain within our comfort zones. However, growing older should not mean that we must exist within self-imposed boundaries. This should inspire us to free the Mohini inside and move beyond our boundaries. The new secular year encourages us to explore the cages in which we reside, and literally and figuratively, to think outside the box about how we might embrace changes for our future. There are changes that are out of our control: the death of a loved one, or an unexpected diagnosis that turns our lives upside down, the job that ends abruptly, or one that changes because of a relocation, a new development, or a merger or acquisition. And there are other changes out of our control caused by events such as natural disasters, crime, accidents, crises, war, or terrorism, often demanding major changes that we didn't want and certainly didn't ask for. And there are changes that are the result of the fact that the world keeps changing. People are constantly inventing, evolving, and discovering new technologies, science, cures, and possibilities previous generations could only dream of. The Epcot and World's Fair visions of tomorrow that we marveled at as children are now in our homes, our schools, our businesses, and even our synagogues. Changes happen rapidly today, especially in the world of technology, whether we are ready for them or not. I say, I can't imagine being in a driverless car. Me give up control? But then I am on I-85 praying that the person driving while texting and not looking at the road doesn't kill someone. Then driverless cars don't seem so bad. It may be a change that could save lives. There are times that life demands change from us, and there are times that we demand or need change in order for life to be better for us. What is the best way to change? Years ago, Dr. Stephen Danish, a Pennsylvania State University psychologist, said, "I think people don't understand how difficult it is to change behavior. You need to be setting a goal that you can think about and apply daily." Mr. Danish suggested that the more specific your resolution and the more positive, the more likely you are to change. And the key to climbing the ladder of change is one accessible rung at a time. Change is built into the universe. It is a necessary part of living and aging. Change not only happens to us, it is forged by us. As I was hanging up holiday cards at home, I found a fortune that I got at a Chinese restaurant, which I saved on my bulletin board. Change is happening in your life, so go with the flow. Change is demanded by God, but not just any change, change for the better. God only asks us to make changes that we can be personally responsible for, and changes that can be made with an act of contrition or atonement, like an "I'm sorry," or a change in attitude or behavior, like getting a grip on anger, gossiping, or jealousy. We are never asked to make a change for the sake of making change. That rarely bears fruit. As Reformed Jews, we know that changes are often necessary to meet times and circumstances and current realities. Our view of history teaches that Jewish survival, like human survival, requires us to change to stay relevant and to help us evolve for the betterment of humankind and to improve ourselves for the good. to repair the world, tikkun olam. I love the fact that the Hebrew word for year is shana, and that the verb to change in Hebrew is also shana. One might say that change is built into every year. And the Hebrew noun for change, shinui, comes from that verb as well, shana. What change or changes can you make to enable the answers in your heart to become the daily and continued reality of your life? In their meditation for change, Erwin Kula and Professor Vanessa Ox suggests we recite the following to God. God, help me to take a good look at my life and give me the courage to make the changes I want to make. Guide me on my journey as I strive to make changes in myself and in the world in which I live. One last story. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev told the story that he started out his rabbinic career wanting to change the world. After several years, he realized that was too hard, so he decided to change his community. Several years later, that goal was also abandoned as too difficult, and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak chose to concentrate on changing his own family. We probably could have told him good luck to that. He finally concluded that the only one who could really change was himself. If we decide not to help ourselves, then we can't possibly hope to make all the other repairs that are so desperately needed in this broken and divided world. You can live in a 12 by 12 foot cage forever, or you can change yourself, and then your world, and perhaps even someone else's, for the better. For Jews, the possibility to change is given by God, but the desire to change is up to all of us. So I ask you, can you make change? I believe in you. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise and join in chanting Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. Birth is a beginning, and death a destination. But life is a journey, a going, a growing from stage to stage, from childhood to maturity and youth to old age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength or strength to weakness and often back again, from health to sickness and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, from grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until, looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey, stage by stage, a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning, and death a destination. But life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage made stage by stage to life everlasting. This Shabbat, our congregation mourns the loss of Vladimir Shachnovich, husband of Nona Shachnovich. And now we mark in sadness the loss of those laid to rest in the last 30 days. Barbara Berlin, Rabbi David Ellenson, Ellen Ann Kleber, Cantor Judith Ovadia, Sandra Weinstein. And we mark the yahrzeits of Mitchell Bryant Abrams, Gladys Auerbach, Stephen August, Harold Barron, Lottie Berland, Bertha Bernberg, Janet Bittinger, Edward Blau, Judith Blumenthal, Clarice B. Brightman, Benjamin Leonard Brodsky, Ida M. Brodsky, Jeanette Kabilis, Lee Chazen, Samuel Cohen, Adela H. Cohen, Sid Cohen, John Deerdorf, Rosetta Dopkin, Charlotte Dumas, Irving Furster, Charlotte Berkowitz Glazier, Arthur Goldstein, Ruth Rhoda Golembe, Joan Gottheimer, Celia Gottlieb, Abner S. Harkavy, Jacob Hare, Patricia Gaines Johnson, Bert Klein, Charles Layton, Gladys Blacker Levine, David Levinson, Tony Lieberman, Roy Lilienfield, Martin Littauer, Mildred Mickey Lyons, Woodrow L. Molaski, Selma Molaski, Orrin Nelson, Ruth Perlman, Marvin Joseph Rifkin, Ingrid Roskin, Patricia Sauter, Arthur Schoenstatt, Myron David Schreibman, Catherine S. Schwartz, Max Schwartz, Murray Selman, William Sharon, Betty Silken, Nathan Simon, George Snavely, Ruth Stein, Lindsay Van Dyke, George Isaac Vernick, Virginia Walls, Mary Weinstein, Esther Witt, Mildred Wolfe, Miriam Yaglam, and Bernard Zeitlin. I ask everyone to rise and join the mourners in words of Kaddish. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'b'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam ulol me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudasha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al Please be seated. It is my honor to call on Bob Wolf to come forward to give our announcements this evening. You have. Wonderful. Yes. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Bob Wolf. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Temple Bethel, I'd like to welcome each of you here in person and virtually to the last Shabbat of the year. I noticed a big change in my life. 20 years ago, if that light had not lit, you'd have had 20 smokers bringing lights up to you. So we're a much healthier congregation. Congratulations. We want to wish you a wonderful year ahead, a year of happiness and fruition, and most of all, health. So enjoy, and may the next year be better than the last, always. I have a couple of quick announcements, and then we'll let you get on to the cookies. Friday, July 12th at 7:30, Justice Shabbat. Please join us for a moving and impactful Shabbat service honoring Dr. King's legacy with our special guest, Cynthia Wallace. Cynthia Wallace was executive director of the New Rural Project and a nonprofit that focuses on assuring that the voice of rural young people and marginalized residents are heard, and we're excited to learn ways to promote voter engagement and enhance access to the polls for marginalized communities from Ms. Wallace. Secondly, Saturday, January 13th at 9 a.m., Martin Luther King Parade, Shabbat Study and Worship at the VAPA Center at 700 North Tryon. One of the ways that we honor Dr. King is to march proudly in Charlotte's annual MLK Parade, and this year join Rabbis Nichols and Erdheim for a special Shabbat experience. Prior to the parade, we'll gather at the VAPA Center at 9 for a brief justice-centered Torah study and worship experience, and then we'll walk together in the parade. Two quick notes on that. Please note that the experience will take place outside in the staging area, so dress appropriately. It'll probably be pretty cool in the morning. And second, there will be no Torah study or Shabbat worship at the temple this day. And third, January 28th at 9 o'clock, Mitzvah Market. For those of you who remembered Mitzvah Day, we have now transformed this into Mitzvah Market, now structured as a commitment to our community. The unique market allows you to shop for ways to engage in and support the greater Charlotte community, including an array of service projects and information on 13 programs within Shalom Park. Also, I misled you. There are 4 announcements. It's never that easy. And registration is open for Nifty Winter Kala, Friday, January 12th through Sunday, January 14th. And you can find more details about all of these events and more on our website and calendar. And Cantor, thank you so much for this lovely service and for all you've done to join us.
Please join me in singing our song for peace, Oseh Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.